Hello and welcome to the cryptocurrency news channel. We got to talk about the Vechain and ZIL pumps with Metapolis. What's actually causing the Vechain ZIL pumps? Now, the Vechain one, I think they can both be traced to Upbit, which is the second biggest Korean exchange, but the one that's well known for pump and dumps. So the Korean market is actually separate from all other markets, more or less, because it's kind of like sectioned off by itself. But the Korean pumps do actually have an effect on the price of other markets. You can see ZIL is actually number one in terms of volume on Upbit at $2.6 billion. Vechain is number three now. Those are way, way higher than what it usually is. ZIL is probably in the 20s, and Vechain's usually in the 20s too in terms of volume. So Koreans are pumping a lot of volume in those two coins. 400 million for Vechain and even way more for ZIL. If you actually look at check on coin market cap, if you look at especially ZIL volume, I think almost half of it is coming from Korea, and that's that's usually not the case. Just check market, and if you look at volume, you can see that about 42.11% of it is actually coming from Upbit. That means a lot of Korean investors in FOMO are FOMOing into ZIL. Vechain, they're doing so as well, but it's to a lesser degree than ZIL. ZIL has pumped massively in the last few days, and this is probably the primary cause of it. However, it's not without reason because ZIL also has Metapolis actually launching, and that's their big metaverse. Now, usually like these metaverse things don't really pump coins, but the Korean exchange could actually be basically just riding off of this announcement to actually pump their volume. Upbit does actually pump coins every once in a while. Most famously XRP, they do it like once every couple of months, but now they're actually doing ZIL, and they can actually pump ZIL to a much higher percentage than XRP because ZIL is a much lower cap coin. But they do actually have some news because on April 2nd, they are going to have early access event for their metaverse. And I do think Korea is actually using that particular knowledge to their advantage and pumping it and making people think that it is this metaverse that's actually pumping ZIL up several 100%. But I do expect this to be a buy the rumor, sell the news thing, especially for Korea. So we actually might pump until like maybe Thursday, which is the first, and then they'll have a sell the news event. So if you actually have ZIL, I would be taking some profits like either on the 30th or the 1st. So yes, the rumors are true. 31st or the 1st, sorry. Yes, the rumors are true. ZIL will be hitting up Miami to host an exclusive early access event for Metapolis. Watch Reddit /r/ZIL later this week to find out how you can be a part of it. So April 2nd, Miami, Florida. So that's actually like really the two things that are actually pumping ZIL. It is the Metapolis thing, which probably has people excited. And of course, the Korean whales and basically like the Korean pumpers are actually feeding off of that. But you need to be careful getting into ZIL right now. And I would actually be planning to get out at least around the 1st, if not at the beginning of the 2nd, because of sell the rumor, buy the news. A coin that's gone up several 100% within the last couple of days can basically drop pretty catastrophically, and we've seen that happen with ZIL itself in the past. Vechain, same thing. Like once you see the volume actually start to come down, I would think about taking a little bit of profits unless you're just yield farming. So don't be shocked if Vechain comes down back to like 6-7 cents and ZIL comes back down to whatever it was, like probably slightly higher than what it was actually before in a couple of days, because we all know how these pump and dumps kind of work. They basically like get people excited, and then they try to get people to act as their exit liquidity. There is a lot of volume for these coins right now, and I do think like people who are trying to catch the FOMO are coming into these coins. But I do think a lot of the pump is probably over. I think ZIL probably has a day or two more. VET might have a day or two more as well, depending on how much they had to pump it. But VET is not pumping as much as ZIL, partly because VET doesn't have quite any like big, like basically groundbreaking news right now that ZIL does. Yes, 2.0 is coming out, but that is somewhat in the future. Yes, VUSD is being minted. The DeFi system is actually developing, but that's more of a long-term thing. So Korean pumps for both ZIL and VET, but also Metapolis for ZIL. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.